So hello gorgeous Gemini, welcome to your November reading. I'm going to cover the reading for Gemini, Sun, Gemini, Ascendant. Obviously if you've got lots of planets in the sign of Gemini as well, this will have some impact for you. In particular we have on the 8th of November we have a full moon eclipse in in Taurus. This Taurus has lost a head here, but to lighten up the load, we're going to read for you, gorgeous Gemini, and see what's coming up. Just to cover, first off, if you are a Gemini Ascendant, this full moon total eclipse in Taurus is about 16 to 17 degrees of Taurus. So if you're Gemini Ascendant or rising, you can actually calculate this on your chart. If you go to astro.com, I've put some information there in the description box. It will be hitting for you your second house of possessions and reactions. It's also the second house in astrology is how we respond to our field, whether impulses or unique, and the personal qualities we manifest from our first house, which is our sense of self. So the second house is what we hold, what we have, whether it be our possessions, our material goods, our money and the like. It's about how we feel secure in ourselves and the kind of response we get from life around us. So the second house is about what we value, it's about our self-worth. Now, if you're a Gemini Sun, this will have some impact for you, but the total full moon eclipse in Taurus, the way that you calculate in your chart, your ascendant, it's always the time of when you were born. Your first house starts on your ascendant, and then you go around your wheel. And what that will do is, if you look for where Taurus is in your chart, because your sun in Gemini might be in a completely different place, because it's where your ascendant starts, will actually not dictate, but it will highlight for you where you're being activated around this full moon. So this full moon is one of the most powerful of the year, and it's affecting mostly the fixed signs, but especially Taurus and Scorpio, because it's in Scorpio time as well. So let's see what Spirit wants to share with you for your reading for November, please. I'm going to take that card. So Venus and Love. Interesting, right, okay. So what I'm sensing for some Geminis here is that I just feel that I would look at a lot of your other placements, Gemini. I'm just getting a Spirit just saying to me, like, the energies I'm getting, and there's a lot of a mixed bag going on here. So the message here is not to force love this month. It's actually a month for you to really focus on yourself. So you've got the fourth house here and roots. So this activation of your second house for Gemini ascendants is about, our second house is ruled by Taurus. It's how we earn our money. It's, do we value ourselves? Do we respect ourselves? This is about putting down roots. And you're sensing that you either want to feel more rooted in your life some way. Now, again, this could be like in your career, you just feel like you just haven't quite got those roots of where you want them to be. But what I would say to you around this full moon total eclipse is it's bringing in a lot of change, and it's bringing in very like shock, surprise change. So it could be that you're sensing a shift in your home life. Maybe you have been working or you've not been working. Mars is actually, I think what Spirit are trying to bring me, reminding me here with this Mars card, is Mars is in Gemini, but it's actually retrograde. So you will be feeling this particularly now till the end of the year, till the middle of January. So maybe your drive and your motivation isn't as strong as what it naturally feels like to you. With Mars in Gemini, it's like going backwards. So it's like Mars likes fast-paced action. And in Gemini, it's quite good placement. Fire and air mix really well together. But it's sensing here to just, I just feel like there's a different change of pace for you in a certain element of your life. And it's either for some of you Geminis, you're really going to be putting down roots and doing what you love and just saying, no, that's it now. It's like an internal decision. I'm just not doing this anymore, because the fourth house is home and family. So it can be to do with, well, I want to manifest my relationship with my beloved and they're not in my life. And I'm sensing what something needs to change in love. But this is not something you can force, Gemini, because Mars energy, it's retrograde now till January. So whatever is coming, there's some element in your energy field where you're being guided to rest. Now, Gemini likes to learn. It's constantly wanting to assimilate information. But I actually feel like with these cards, what I'm hearing is it's time to give your brain a bit of a rest. You can't force this energy that's going on here. It's actually time for you to, to travel until with this fourth house, I'm feeling a bit of ninth house energy around it. To immerse yourself in things that are not always about learning, like constantly feeding your brain with information. I feel like you actually need a detox in that area, Gemini. This is what I'm feeling. Like the water element is getting back into your body. It's like it's feeling your waters and your emotions. It's about getting back to doing what you love, not what you've got to do. I'm gonna ask Spirit now, what cards do I want? It's so funny because like your energy's like, I'm not quite sure. I'm not even quite sure which cards actually. So I'm gonna go with it. So what does Gemini not see coming around this time? I'm just making sure I've got all my second house information that I wanted to share with you. I've got my little reminders here. Yeah, it's feeling secure. It's like building your assets. It's, so for some of you Geminis, it might be bringing up a lot of energy for you around, well, when am I ever going to have my own home? Am I in the right house? Am I exactly where I need to be? And what this sensing energy is, with you Gemini, you are really prone to overthinking. It's why you're a great problem solver as well, and it's why you're a great delver. You're a natural teacher. But what I feel for you is it's like you've been trying to solve your problem with your head. And what Spirit is saying is, and this is for somebody who's wondering about where to live, but actually what Spirit is saying is you're not going to solve it with your head. You've got to follow what feels right for you. So it's time to drop into your body, Gemini. It's time to get grounded and get into your body. So what does Gemini not see yet for November? What do you not see yet for November? Yeah, you've got this indecision. So there's like two ways to go. Which way do I go? And what can happen with you is you get an inkling, but you don't trust it. It's not a criticism, by the way. Like, it's the first knowing that you get thoughts that are like literally like at the speed of light. So ask Spirit to slow it down for you. Yeah, you're going on a learning journey. You're going traveling. This lady's got her suitcases out. Or you're going in a new direction. For some of you, you've known where you wanted to live all along and you've just got to follow it. Now, some of you are quite settled. Again, Gemini, you are the sign of the twins. You do have two sides to yourself. It's about acknowledging that. But I feel like that message around the home is for some Geminis they're just not sure. And what it is you're actually wrecking your own head. That what Spirit is saying is slow it all down and simplify. Where do you love being? And then go from there, and then you will make it work. You will absolutely, it's like the all tied up card was there at the bottom. You're wrapping yourself up, you're overthinking this stuff. You already know internally the answers to the direction that you're heading. You just got to follow it and open the gate and go. So I think this full moon for you Gemini is going to clarify any indecision in your life that you've been having recently. The full moon is going to bring it up. It's going to solidify. There's something about solidifying you feeling safe to trust yourself again to make a decision, whatever that might be. So what's the potential outcome for Gemini, please, for this month? So you've got a Knight of Cups, which is an offer. It can be a cup of love. It can be an offer of something that's emotionally based. It could be somebody offering you something that you really, really want. The Knight of Cups is a lovely night to have coming in. This is for Gemini, please. What is that card turned over? Yeah. Okay, so this will be a new offer. This is not somebody from the past. This is somebody new. This could be in love for you, meeting somebody new. It's fast-paced energy, so the Chariot is there, so it could be somebody with Cancer. I also feel this is an offer of possibly a new home. Chariot is more about transportation and travel, so again, this is an area that you love. You love to move around. You love to have that energy of, movement, of knowing that you're getting somewhere and that you're learning something. But what Spirit is saying is a big part of the rest of this year for you, Gemini, is you've got to slow down a bit. And some of you be like, oh no, Angela, it's been slow for the last 2 years. But what it is your brain hasn't slowed down. So you might be doing, I'm going to say this to some of you Geminis, and I don't want you to be upset, is I feel some of you have been in functional freeze for too long, and it's time to really honour yourself, honour your senses, honour your emotions, let this Mars energy, go into retrograde and, allow this, whatever it is, your energy to return naturally and slowly. Stop forcing it. Stop forcing it with your brain. It's not going to work, Gemini. There's offers coming in. There's change coming in. Anything around this outcome, please, Spirit, that you'd like to clarify for Gemini? Yeah, it's about ending this cycle of feeling like you're out in the cold and carrying burdens. So this is ending. So this is like what Spirit is saying is the Knight of Cups is like just letting people help you, receiving a cup of love, a new start that's based in your truth. You've got to start being honest with yourself, Gemini. The moon is like deception. It can also be very much self-deception. So where you have been like, I'm not sure about this. Again, for a lot of you, it's about a home. 4 of Wands here. So it could be about what to do on the house, what next improvements need to be done. Mixing up your space for some of you. But I feel like maybe like where you've been isolated in the past, that's now coming to an end. But what you've got to do is you've got to try and slow down your brain. You've got to, this will be the perfect time for you, Gemini, to meditate and to do some mindfulness, not talk about it, not, journal about it, and journaling's great, but you don't always have to dissect every process that you're going into. It's sometimes nice to just live for a bit and just let Spirit come through for you. So there's going to be 2 options available to you. So this is the thing when you let go and you stop trying to analyse the outcomes, is that what Spirit can provide for you are 2 new options that you can't yet see. So this could be like if you're looking for somewhere to live, or you are maybe thinking, so sorry Gemini there, both you and Taurus, there's something about getting off your devices, because this is the second time now my camera's just gone kaput, and it's absolutely fine. So it's to do with not bandwidth, but it's to do with space in your life. So there's a big strong message I feel like for Taurus and Gemini. So it could be that you're on the cusp, guys, and this is really activating an area of your chart around this full moon. So what I'm going to finish off with is that there's always choice. I think this is what Spirit are trying to say. It's time to really unburden yourself, because actually no one can get in and offer you help. The 5 of Pentacles is where, where we can isolate ourselves to the detriment of ourselves. And actually, it's not even about other people. It's not even about physical other human beings. It's about receiving. It's about receiving from the world, what Spirit is saying. It's time for change. The Chariot earmarks change. And it could be that you're just going to be giving to yourself a lot more. And you have to make the choice, Gemini, because it's gonna bring in everything that you've asked for here. But this is about the self-deception card here. The moon is about, you know, where things are not what they seem. So it's time to get to the nitty-gritty, to the truth, to start a new chapter based upon truth. What do I want? What do I need? And then set about making those changes. But there's a really happy home life card here, the Four of Wands. So this is happy times with family, doing what you love, being very settled and feeling very secure in yourself. So I feel there's, for Gemini, there's, you know, there is putting down roots for some of you. For others of you, there is a change in residence. There's a change in lifestyle. For some of you, it's going to involve more travel. For some of you, it's a choice point. There's going to be clarity coming around doing something that makes you feel safe and secure. So it's basically the, you know, changing the response we get from life and those around us in that second house for you is by you making the choice internally and then watching everything else around you bloom and unfold. So I am just sending you to my gorgeous Geminis out there. Love you very much. I've got a lot of Geminis in my life and I love them. I think they're brilliant. They're just able to get to the, you know, they're able to dissect things in life and they're great conversationalists. You know, but I just feel like for you now, for the rest of the year, it's time to really relax the weary head. And, you know, you don't have to do things that have to ensure you're going to get a result. Just do it because you love it. If you're really honest with yourself, when you're doing what you love, everything relaxes, the mind chatter relaxes. So I feel drop down into your body, do some kind of more physical exercises that involve the body and bring back that, you know, whatever, allow your energy to heal by using your body and your emotions. There's some power here for you in this. And just wishing you a great November, Gemini, and I will see you soon. Lots of love. Bye bye.